Hey guys, Anna Kennel here. Ryan has finals for his seminary classes this week, so I am taking over the 1, 2, 3 video. Let's jump into it. So we're in Lamentations. We've been talking about suffering and what it means to lament, and our one verse for this week is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 24, which says, "The Lord is my portion, says my soul, therefore I will hope in him." And this verse shows us a stunning perspective change from the first 2 chapters. So we've had rebellion against God, God's judgment being poured out, an entire city being destroyed, countless people have died, and yet Jeremiah has hope. And this is our truth number 1. So truth number 1, hope does not deny present difficulties, but it does look beyond them to see promised delights. And we can see in this verse, Jeremiah has shifted his focus from himself and the devastation that's happening around him to God's promises. And he calls God his portion, which means the Lord is enough for me. And that's the perspective that we are called to have as Christians. Yes, there is sin in the world. There are terrible things happening around us all the time. There's suffering, pain, injustice, even death. We have to acknowledge that. And we're called as Christians to work to help those who are suffering around us. God isn't asking us to live life with blinders on. But what we also have to be able to do is to lift our heads enough to be able to see the eternal perspective, to be able to see who God is and what that means for me, not just now, but in eternity. So truth number 1. Hope does not deny present difficulties, but it does look beyond them to see promised delights. And then truth number 2, the value of our hope rests solely on what we put our hope in. We all hope. I hope that this pandemic ends soon. I hope that school can be in person again. I hope I can see my family and friends more often. And there's nothing wrong with that. For me, it's important for my mental health to have things to hope in and look forward to. The question is, how much hope are we putting in those things? To be honest with you, sometimes the only reason that I get out of bed in the morning is because I hope that I'll get off work early and be able to take a nap that afternoon. But that isn't the correct perspective to have. What I'm doing, what we are doing, is putting our hope in the circumstances, in the things and people around us. Is your hope highest? Is your happiness greatest when you are looking at your retirement account? Is the reason that you're getting out of bed in the morning because you're looking forward to seeing your friends at school or because you hope to find success at work? Or is our highest hope, our reason to get out of bed, our perspective focused on the bigger picture, on the commands that we as Christians have been given that are eternal? May our highest hope be in the unchanging, all-loving God who continues to sit on his throne and who continues to work for our eternal good. So, truth number 1, hope does not deny present difficulties, but it does look beyond them to promised delights. And truth number 2, hope, the value of our hope rests solely on what we put our hope in. May our highest hope mark our lives today, in this Christmas season, and beyond. 1 verse, 2 truths, 3 minutes, and it's all for you.